Hey guys, and welcome to the latest in the SleepyTalk podcast. I'm sorry this is a little late. So over the weekend and today I've been filming over on the PT Rejects channel. So link will be in the description in there. There's some really good videos that we've done, if I say so myself. Also, it was my birthday yesterday, so we did postpone this podcast. And we're going to do it today, but we're going to do something a little bit different. So instead of picking a topic and talking about it and then going off on a huge tangent, what I've done is I've organized Jordan and Ryan to go out and pick 2 short scary stories in reference to my short scary story series and read them on here. And then we'll discuss them and give them a rating from 1 to 5 Spooky Wookys. Ooh. So I think we said we would let Ryan take it away first. But if you want to introduce yourselves and then go.
I'm Ryan. I have nothing to plug.
Buy vape juice on TGWD.
you got to keep it going, Ryan. You know, got to keep the running.
Did you not listen that we plugged the last one for you?
I'll be honest with you, I haven't had a chance to watch it. I've been very busy. You're lucky you even got me here this evening. Yeah, but I will get on it. I'll make sure it gets the like. I get like.
We literally plugged you in the last one, and I put it in the description. And this is the thanks that I get.
I want organic growth.
Literally went out of our way.
I'm all about.
It is organic growth.
Yeah, so it's word of mouth. It's organic.
Okay, so
I don't want to know where your mouth's been, Jordan. Right, take it away, Ryan.
Anyway, yes. So I hate it when my brother Charlie goes away. My parents constantly try to explain to me how sick he is. That I'm lucky for having a brain where all the chemicals flow properly and their destinations are like undammed. I'll start that a bit again. That I'm lucky for having a brain where all the chemicals flow properly to their destinations like undammed rivers. When I complain about how bored I am without my little brother to play with, they try to make me feel bad by pointing out that his boredom far likely surpasses mine, considering he's confined to a dark room in an institution. I always beg for them to give him one last chance. Of course, they did at first. Charlie had been back home several times, each time shorter in duration than the last. Every time, without fail, it all starts again. The neighborhood cats with gouged out eyes showing up in the toy chest. My dad's razors found dropped on the baby slide in the park across the street. Mum's vitamins replaced by bits of dishwasher tablets. My parents are hesitant now, using last chances sparingly. They say his disorder makes him charming, makes it easy for him to fake normalcy, and to trick the doctors who care for him into thinking he is ready for rehabilitation. That I will just have to put up with my boredom if it means staying safe from him. I hate it when Charlie goes away. It makes me have to pretend to be good until he comes back. Just that last bit. That whole thing, I was reading it, and that last bit, it makes me have to pretend to be good until he comes back. I'm like, that was dark. One line just turned it incredibly sinister.
Do you know what's really mad?
What's that?
Is back when I first started doing creepypastas.
You found that one?
I did 5 short stories,
yeah.
And that was one of them.
Mate,
so I already knew it as soon as you started reading. I was like, Charlie.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, okay, this kid like misses his brother, like damn, and I'm like, oh god, that's some messed up stuff.
It's so deep. The levels as well. That's the levels.
It's just the one line. It makes me have to pretend to be good until he comes back. Like, okay, the obvious thing is like, okay, yeah, he's the one doing all the bad stuff. But you stop and think about it, like maybe this kid that's telling the story that misses his brother is like not mentally like arranged correctly.
That's like psychopathy though. That is, you know, she is a psychopath, or he. I think it's she, isn't it? If I remember rightly. But either way, the sibling who's telling the story is a psycho, like full on psycho, and the poor brother being blamed for everything.
Yeah, man, that was
just makes you
too much. I got brothers and sisters, and I'm like, damn, like, wow, like I couldn't have like to think even it's just a story somebody's made up, and I'm like, to have that stirring around in your head as a concept, like, wow, okay, you know, the gouged out cat. You went to town on the imagery there, man. Yeah,
like changing your mum's tablets for
this one. Yeah, I'm like, what? Dishwasher tablet. It's not even just like, you know, flipping Nurofen or something. Dishwasher tablets.
Yeah.
One thing that's a bit
That's like-
normalcy. Is that like
Normalcy,
he-
yeah, it's like normality.
yeah, like, see, that's how I read it, and then I was like, normal. Oh wait, no, that's not what that says there. But I just wanted to make sure that was a word, is a real word, and I said it properly. But yeah, that's my first. It wasn't really scary. It was just like disturbing, I'd say.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's written
Yeah.
so perfectly.
Like
Enjoyed reading it. Thank
most
you for the
scary
chance.
stories is if you put an edge of normality on it, like say it could sound like it could happen in everyday life. That makes it even scarier when you think about it. Could be happening, next door. You could be living next to that.
I mean, this is like this is
don't do that to me.
yeah. But this is the thing. Like, this is just from siblings, but there's plenty of probably people that have been tarred with a brush that's nothing to do with them, and that they're screaming their innocence, and some psycho is laughing while they're like, "Oh, they are the bad person. They're the bad person." So rating wise, for me, I'm giving that a 4. 4 out of 5 Spooky Wookys from me.
Ooh. You gotta do a spooky wooky noise 4 times now.
Oh.
No, that's a 4.5
that's
Spooky
creepy. That's
Wooky
creepy,
right there.
mate.
Yeah. What are you rating it, Jod?
I'm gonna have to go with the definitely 4 Spooky Wookys on that one. Wait, do I have to also do the Spooky Wooky sounds? Or?
Yeah, please,
Yeah,
if you
obviously
wouldn't
everybody
mind.
has to.
Oh, okay. All right, hang on. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah,
that was the perfect like sheet over your head, like spooky wooky noise.
I'm a ghost.
That was bang on, me.
You
Do
know,
I have to
happened
rate
at
it as
5.
well? Because
Yeah, of course you do.
I'm gonna go 5, man. That one hit me hard because like I haven't really read these types of short stories before, so I'm gonna go 5.
Okay, so that will be a 4.33 if my maths is correct. 4.33 out of 5 for that one. So, really good story. Does it say who wrote it?
Yeah, it is horror in pure form is what I've got here on
Okay,
this website that I'm looking at. I don't know who the person is.
Link will be in the description anyway, so if you want to go check it out yourself and read it, that it'll be in the description. So next up will be Jordan.
'Tis indeed I. Right, so this is called Thanks for Playing. It's by Mortify More on Reddit. See? Look, right there. Tom pointed to the corner of the black television screen. Underneath the golden letters, Thanks for Playing. The other boy, Richard, squinted and leaned towards where Tom put his finger. Tommy, I'm not seeing it. Man, come on. Look. Using one finger he drew. See, there's like cheeks, a forehead, mouth. It's a face. A face, dude. Richard tilted his head. I kinda see it? Tom excelled and walked away. Richard followed and they flumped down on the couch, staring at the video game's finale screen. How'd you even notice it anyway? It's obvious. Just finished my game, went to grab a snack, and it's just staring at me right there. Richard tried again to picture it. There was some faint white coloration in that spot, and 2 darker areas could have been eyes, but it looked too wrong. Too unlike a face to actually be a face. It was like a combination of different face pieces. A jigsaw face, but ghostly and probably not even there at all. Besides, whenever the image came to him, a bad feeling crawled up his throat. Why would he deliberately creep himself out? On a school night, a few blocks from home. Maybe this was some trick Tom was playing, except whenever Tom pranked, he couldn't help but giggle. Seeing Tom this agitated, uneasy too maybe, meant he believed a face really was there. I'm not seeing it. Tom excelled again and tapped the controller, and the screen, with or without a face, faded away. Oops, scrolled down a little bit too much there. On the way home, Richard avoided looking at the swaying trees, the darkness between them. He knew what he would see there. Whether or not it actually was real, that was the problem with it. He tried forgetting it after the game shut down. Tried using new toys and YouTube videos, but it creeped back into mind. In the dark windows, in empty rooms, in the corner of his eyes. And that face kept becoming more vivid in augmentation of features. Had Tom not turned off the game, he would have seen it now, staring back at him with obscure hatred. Now he was 2 blocks away from home, and every movement of trees hastened his steps. Focus on the walk, he told himself. Don't think about it. He repeated this until his foot touched the carpet of his house. Dinner was had, teeth were brushed, pajamas put on, then bed. Now, nestled under covers and back in darkness, he wrestled with his thoughts. Despite his efforts, the face faded back to focus. It loomed in his closet, watching him with sunken eyes. Richard closed his eyes, told himself it would be gone after, but it wasn't, and it was moving now slowly towards him. Richard could see it clearly now. How could he ever not have seen its gaunt features? A hand emerged, and then 4 more, and the face seemed to be smiling now. So, what do you think of that one? That's it's kind of preying on, monster in the corner of the room type thing, but just haunting him and just kind of getting more and more vivid. Quite spooky.
What I don't get about like some of these stories, like I'd scream at this point. I'm 28 years old. I would scream at this point. Like I don't know who I'd scream to.
It had that whole sort of teen horror flick type of just don't open the door type thing.
Yeah.
Don't go in
the
there.
stairs.
Like, this is a hotter place, and I hear that there's something bad up in that room. Let's go. No, let's not go. Let's go the other way. But
let's not investigate. But it is kind of like that. But
let's call Luke Collis because he wants to go and check it out.
Yeah, I'll go check it out.
Stay in the room with it for a night, see what happens.
Yeah, maybe it's an axe-wielding maniac.
But yeah, no. So I mean, you could kind of see where it was going at the beginning. As soon as all these kind of stories, you see a face, something's going to become real in the end. So I guess in that sort, it's kind of predictable what was going to happen, but still kind of took not a dark turn, but I'd say a spooky turn towards the end. You don't even know what happened to him afterwards.
Yeah, there was. It just kept increasing intense, and
Blair Witch type thing,
and then it disappeared. That was it. It was like we're going up and up and up and up and up, and then stop.
Yeah,
like,
there was no ending. Yeah, it was like no
what
proper
happens?
ending. Yeah.
It could have smiled and been like, "Hey guys, and welcome to the latest in the SleepyTalk podcast."
It was you camping out there from the night before.
Please do not associate me with hiding in children's cupboards. Please.
I don't have forearms. Hey guys. Spooky Wooky indeed, man.
I think I've just ruined that story now.
We should write our own version of like Spooky Wookys where you are the Spooky Wooky, just pop out.
just at the end.
Hey guys, it's the
vape juice.
Plug.
That guy with dreads. I am the plug.
Do you even vape?
I mean, I'm gonna give that a 3 out of 5. I don't think it was as good as the first one, but it was still good. I liked how it went into sort of like his thoughts, like just keep walking, make sure we get here, because we've all done that when something spooked us. It's always like you focus on one thing, and you go for it, and you try not to let other things come in and scare you. So psychological factor alone is a 3 out of 5.
I'm gonna go. Can you do halves?
Yeah, if you want. You're gonna make my maths more difficult.
1.5.
1.5.
1.5.
Now, why 1.5? Was it the reading? Did I do a terrible job?
Nah, I was just like listening. I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There was no. I don't know.
It
Maybe
is a
I
bit
did.
cliche.
Yeah, I think that may be it for me. A bit cliche is probably a good way. I don't know. Like I say, that one that I read was awesome, and that was like the first one I ever read. So I was like, damn. So that might have set the bar pretty high for these type of things. I was waiting for the thing that just like got me and grabbed me, but it never really came. Sorry.
Clearly, I need to look even harder next time to raise the bar even more.
I'll be honest with you, mate. I literally typed it into Google, and it's like the third one I looked at, so I got lucky.
What are you saying then, Jordan?
I'm gonna go with a 3 Spooky Wookys out of 5 on that one.
I think we're 2.25.
I think that sounds about right math-wise, I would say.
Yeah, 2.25 or 2.5, something like that.
Hang on a minute. We didn't even do the spooky sounds. We didn't even do the woos.
We can't do half sounds. We can't do it. We can't do halves. You got to
Well, you could do it ooh, like ooh.
You could just mute halfway through it. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I think that's we'll do. Yeah, I'm gonna bump it up just because it's my podcast. So I'm gonna give it a 2.5. If you're all right with that, Jordan.
I'm absolutely fine with that.
You mentioned the reading. Are you supposed to judge the reading as well?
No, I'm
Okay,
not
that's
judging
all right
anyone's reading.
That's all right. Then, cool.
Yours would have been a 0.27 if that
Shut
was
up,
the case.
my reading was awesome. Apart from normalcy,
normalcy.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Okay, so I'll go. So this is by Reddit user Mellow Yellow Sun. It just sounds like a really cool song. And this is called I Know When My Husband Is Cheating on Me. I know when my husband is cheating on me. It's funny. Something like 60% of marriages end in infidelity. But you never think it'll be yours. There are so many articles on it too. How to tell, what signs to watch for. Is he spending too much time at the office or just working hard? Crappy episodes on daytime TV. Some silly girl sobbing as it's all revealed. These articles, shows, dramas, they're for weaker women. I knew the moment my husband didn't love me anymore. Oh, it'll start small. He'll smile more, for no reason. He'll laugh at little things she says or does. Things that he would have never in a million years found funny if you said them. And it'll only get worse. His face will light up like a sun when he sees her. And he will see her. You can't stop it. She's everywhere in his life. Invasive, like a cancer. Or a leech, sucking all of his attention and love away from you. And then, even worse, his friends, your friends, will notice. They'll tell you they've never seen him before like this, how happy he is. It's enough to make you sick. And finally, he'll tell you he's never felt love like this before, that he doesn't know how he lived without her. Well, something had to be done, obviously. I love my husband. I'm not having some little temptress steal him away from me. What kind of woman would I be then? No, so I took matters into my own hands. Thank God she's still little. I don't think I could have drowned her that easily if she could walk just yet.
Oh, jeez.
Why?
Very dark turn towards the end.
What?
What the hell?
What? It's that last line killer again. Damn.
Do you know how hard that was for me to read, given that we've just had a little girl? Like,
I could
don't be
difficult that
soft.
was. No, the fact that like Ellis could think that, obviously I love my daughter, she's not going to kill me, is she? Like,
watch me. She's here over here, and you're going to burst through the door. It's like, you're not going to touch our daughter.
So just to clarify, this isn't anything to do with like noncery, we'll say. Yeah. It's literally, obviously, a father will 90% of the time love their child.
Yeah.
Like beyond any sort of reasoning, and obviously they'll be happy. Like I am now. I'm elated. I'm not going to get soppy. Don't worry. Jordan knows the same thing.
Yep.
And that level of jealousy, that you'd kill your own child just to stop them from stealing your husband's attention. Holy sugar balls. That's all I'm saying.
That's like, so if you've got a bunny boiler, is, you know, what they do. What do you call a woman like this? Because obviously that's beyond bunny boiler. So
Evil.
okay.
Evil. Yeah, just it. That's it. Covers everything. Covers all bounds.
Yeah,
Evil.
Just
baby boiler.
self-absorbed. Just wants all the limelight, on the center of attention. Even their own kid can't take the limelight away. That's just when you have a kid, you just kind of put away all thoughts of yourself away. It's all on your kid.
I just love that setup.
What's
Yeah, to be fair. Yeah, the whole
setup.
that last line. The last line
Yeah.
just swept it away completely again.
Yeah.
I think that's it now. When I'm looking for short stories, scary short stories, if I ever am in the future, I'm just going to go straight to the last line. And if it seems just like a belter, then I know that's a good story.
Yeah. But the whole setup in that was just, you know, there's a woman in his life, like he's having an affair, like holy.
Yeah, it was
sugar balls.
sort of like almost normal, you know, and okay, so where's the spooky bit? This is just some woman a bit upset that her fella's gone elsewhere. She's gonna kill the other person. Oh wait, you know, it's just that one line alone just completely changes the whole I like these stories, man. These are cool.
So what are you rating it then? We'll go with you first, Ryan.
That's getting another 5, mate. I'm easily pleased. Apparently, like 2 5s. No, I'm not. 2 5s and 1.5.
1.5. These are just scales.
Yeah. So, yeah.
What are you saying, Jord?
That's got to be a 5. Easy 5.
I think we've done it, guys. We found the winner.
Hey. Bit victory fanfare music. Get it played.
Yeah. In sync, we're gonna have to do 5 spooky wookies each, and I'll count us in. 3, 2, 1. Oh.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to sync them up.
Yeah,
so badly.
Yeah. Can you put the Final Fantasy VII victory like theme in there as well?
No.
Sorry.
Just get some guitar remix in there. It'll be all good.
Yeah, I was literally just going to put the anime WoW in over the top of all of that. No one's going to know what just went down here. But I'm keeping this bit in just to say nobody's going to know what just happened. Okay.
For the mystery.
But we're really upset with Jordan right now.
What?
I can't even defend myself from that.
Nope. I am the editor. And that is my second short scary story.
Is that your second one?
No, it's not.
Oh, sorry.
I'm keeping that in. Blooming hell.
I know, I was going to say, like...
There's Gullible on the ceiling. What? Where?
That brings me onto my story quite nicely, actually. Ceilings. For that, I'm going to change the story because there's one about ceilings. Are you ready?
Looking up towards it.
I'll just go then. I thought, okay, cool. We bought a house. My boyfriend and I. He's in charge of the new construction, converting the kitchen into the master bedroom, for instance, while I'm on wallpaper removal duty. The previous owner papered every wall on every ceiling. Removing it is brutal, but oddly satisfying. The best feeling is getting a long peel, similar to your skin when you're peeling it from sunburn. I don't know about you, but I'm going to make a game of peeling on a hunt for the longest piece before it rips. Under the corner section of each paper in every room is a person's name and a date. Curiosity got the best of me one night, and I googled one of the names and discovered the person was actually a missing person. The missing date matching the date under the wallpaper too. The next day, I made a list of all the names and dates. Sure enough, each name was for a missing person with dates to match. We notified the police, who naturally sent out the crime scene team. I overheard one tech say, "Yep, it's human. Where is the material you removed from the wall already? This isn't wallpaper you were removing." Boom. ceiling was in this story.
I read this one too.
Oh, for God's sake. I should have picked the other one then. Yeah,
I'm literally just going to put like cards up in the video where you can go to mine. Go to my old video.
Maybe I should watch some of your videos. Maybe I'll actually enjoy it.
Maybe. Yeah, I think I did like 5 short scary stories to keep you up at night. So, I did a few of those back in like about 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was one that I loved. I just thought, it wasn't like a big cliffhanger.
Yeah,
but
I like the link to the game. Like, and it's satisfying to like peeling off like sunburnt skin and everything. Yeah. I was like, okay, that's cool. I like what you did.
They were
there.
literally peeling off skin.
Yeah, that was cool.
Literally. Oh. So I mean,
was from, before I forget, Bat Out of Hell 821.
Cool. Just send me the link and I will put that in the description. I'm gonna give that one a 2.5 out of 5.
I'd accept that.
It was a good story, but I don't think it had that killer blow like ours did.
No.
So yeah, I'm gonna give that a 2.5 for me. Jordan, what are you saying, bro?
Going straight down the middle. I'm gonna go for a 3 of that one. As I had to say, it just didn't have that kick at the end. I kind of wanting more.
Okay, I was going to say the one that I had initially picked, I'm pretty damn near certain was a banger, because the end line was just seems so like it's a banger. But we'll save that for next time.
So just just
had to get that off my chest. I'm saying.
Cheers, mate. Just so we're all aware, Jordan thinks bang in the middle of like 0 to 5 is 3.
I did want to.
Right. Yep.
I did notice this.
Straight down the middle to the right.
It's not fair. It's not nice to take fun of people for their academic skills. Like
wow.
See
the irony of that statement.
See
academic.
When we begun this, I thought it was 1 to 5, not 0 to 5. So that's me misunderstanding the clear instruction at the beginning of all of this. So,
well, to be fair, I did say 1 to 5, so I'll let you off. And now I look like the idiot and a bad guy, just for you.
Where's your academic skills? Eh?
Yeah, my academic skills are not existent.
I was about to say, are they heroic?
Right, Jordan, you're next. Go.
Right, so this one is called Guardians. It's by Dark Alligator.
Guardians, but not of the galaxy. He awoke to the huge insect-like creatures looming over his bed and screamed his lungs out. They hastily left the room and he stayed up all night, shaking and wondering if it had been a dream. Next morning, there was a tap on the door. Gathering his courage, he opened it to see one of them gently place a plate filled with fried breakfast on the floor, then retreat to a safe distance. Bewildered, he accepted the gift. The creatures chittered excitedly. This happened every day for weeks. At first, he was worried they were fattening him up. Can't get that word, tongue twister. But after a particularly greasy breakfast left him clutching his chest from heartburn, they were replaced with fresh fruit. As well as cooking, they poured hot steamy baths for him and even tucked him in when he went to bed. It was bizarre. One night, he awoke to gunshots and screaming. He raced downstairs to find a decapitated burglar being devoured by the insects. He was sickened, but disposed of the remains as best as he could. He knew they had just been protecting him. One morning, the creatures wouldn't let him leave his room. He lay down, confused but trusting as they ushered him back to bed. Whatever their motives, they weren't going to hurt him. Hours later, a burning pain spread throughout his body. It felt like his stomach was filled with razor wire. The insects chittered as he spasmed and moaned. It was only when he felt a terrible, squirming feeling beneath his skin that he realized the insects hadn't been protecting him. They had been protecting their young. Ooh. That is oh no.
Oh, let me guess. You read this one too, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
But
No,
literal
just a
insects
feeling
underneath your skin.
of something being under your skin and like
Uh.
writhing around. Ooh.
My uncle's had
Ugh.
spiders lay eggs under his skin before when he was traveling. I think it was in
Really?
Egypt.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
he's one of those sort of
That's
worldly
just
types.
horrible
Yeah.
thought. Oh,
See, I thought you
that's
said you was
like-
gonna.
like-
Sorry, go on. You finish your bit and then I'll do my
It
bit.
was like nails on a chalkboard to me, like something under your skin. Oh.
I know. I see. I thought it was making those noises because you'd also read that one.
Not this time.
Because I read that one earlier, and I was like, yeah, I'm a creepypasta guy because I know the stories.
You were well clued up on this one then.
Oh yeah, it's a good
Nice
story
that,
though,
that
man.
someone did some research.
Hey, I
need-
did a little bit.
No, it's that's like spine tingling for me.
It's quite
Oh,
odd.
that's
It's like
creepy.
it doesn't seem too like the way the story's told. Like you quickly sort of like adjust to these bug things. Like yeah, they're just you know what I mean, helping me out and get the bad guy and everything. And by the time it's at the end, you're sort of normal. The bugs are almost normalcy. By the end of
New
it.
favorite word.
Yeah.
Let's just throw it in every sentence.
Yeah, let's just make it normalcy. Yeah.
God's sake.
But yeah, no, that was it. I read it. Went to the last line. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what's kind of going on here. But as you say, if you saw these insects protecting you, you didn't know why. You just kind of woke up and saw these kind of insects. I think, to be fair, would you, if you saw that to begin with, would you just run? just run away as fast as you can, or try and actually escape the room? Because by the sounds of it, the guy didn't actually do that.
No, by the end of it, I'm surprised this guy isn't like believing that he's Shino or something from Naruto. If you watch and he like control isn't Bugmaster and sends them out to do his bidding and stuff like that. That's what I'd be on. I'd be like, go get me a takeaway, bro.
I want a Big Mac and Coke now. No, it's false sense of security, but for me, I kind of saw it coming the way that it was portrayed. I don't know whether that's because I've read loads of creepy stories or not, but I kind of saw that coming at the end, which is a bit crap for me.
Was it
I think that ruined it.
Tropey almost? You recognise sort of common tools used in these types of stories?
Yeah, sort of. Obviously, it's a creepy story, and there are stories that bang like ours, what we read out. Where it just,
but Jordan's, not so much.
Yeah, but Jordan's, yeah. No, but there are ones that like completely throw everything out of the window, and you're like, whoa, and you have to go back and read it. For this sort of story, I wouldn't have to go back and read it, and that's where I'm rating it from. So, like with mine, you go back and you look through it and you say, oh, this, you think you're talking about an affair, but then everything clicks into place when you reread it knowing the ending. Yeah. And I like stories like that, where it has a different meaning. I think, is it Shutter Island, the film, with Leonardo DiCaprio?
I'm not familiar with that title.
That is a film that you can watch twice. So you get to the end, the ending just throws everything out of the window, and you go back and you watch it knowing what the end result is, and the whole film is different. If that makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
Like, yeah, those sort of stories are just incredible to me because the levels of
the depth.
Yeah, and the artistic flair that somebody gets to write something so good like that is just, to me, they are god level. They are god tier writers. So for yours, Jordan, I'm gonna go straight down the middle and give it a 1.5.
A 1.5.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna give it a 1.5. In fact, I'm gonna bump it up to a 2 because the thought of like insects writhing around underneath my skin makes me shudder. So, but for the story as a whole, to me it wasn't. For me, it is a good story, but it's just not one for me.
Fair play.
Okay.
Fair play.
Okay.
Ryan?
I feel like you're reviewing my e-liquid, mate. So I'm gonna give it a 2 as well. The story it didn't really grab me. I like the bit at the end. I can see it working very well as a story. It's like a little mini sort of like graphic novel. Like the last cell is just the skin, like, you know, a point of view shot of him looking down at his guts maybe, and the skin all crawling, and the bog's just standing there looking calm, and no sort of explanation is the last cell of it. But as an audible tale, 2.
I don't think being a short story does it justice. I think the idea for it itself would be great in a novel.
Yeah.
I think it's too quick for. We've really butchered this, haven't we? We've really like gone through and dissected everything about this story and just like, if the author is for listening, like the story is good. I think it could be developed into something a lot longer though.
Yeah, maybe it was adapted from something else. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, when you
But yeah,
when you think about it, it's like Aliens, isn't it? When you obviously
Yeah.
facehugger stuff in bringing it shit.
Or
But
The
in
Mummy.
this case, yeah. But in this particular case, he didn't know it happened. He just kind of woke up with insects, so he's kind of just
Yeah.
skipping out
Yeah.
that first bit.
Yeah.
So
I definitely think as a short story it's not great, but I think the concept is good.
Good.
And
His
I think
name,
it could be developed.
the creator's name, Dark Alligator. That's a sick name, bro. I like that.
It is, you know what? Just
Yeah.
for that, I'm going to give it a 2.1.
Enjoy the maths,
So-
bro.
What's your rating, Jordan?
I say I enjoyed it. As you say, it's a bit cliche because it's kind of building up towards it. But then again, if you know it's a creepy story, you kind of know something creepy is going to happen at the end, don't you? Really, I guess. But it's just
Yeah.
it's just kind of knowing what's going to happen. I won't break tradition. I'll go with a 3 for me.
Okay. So we'll call that because there's 2 of us on a 2. We'll call it a 2.33.
Why didn't you just add the scores up?
And then just do it out of 15.
No, because it's a collective. We're all one team.
But we've all put.
You know?
I don't understand maths too good anyway. So, but yeah, that's for a different podcast.
We'll do a 2.33 because I've already like done
Another
that theme
one.
for 5 stories.
Yeah, now that we've finished with the
Alright.
stories and done all
Yeah.
the scoring, I'm questioning why we're not scoring it in a different way. Yeah.
Well, I've
Right.
still got my
Classic.
I've still got my last story anyway. So
Oh,
this is
sorry,
the
sorry.
final one.
This one's going to be a belter, isn't it?
So this one is by Reddit user RV Coney, and this one's called The Blind Child. Stabbing! Sylvia pointed a trembling finger at my brother, Arthur. Her milky, unseeing eyes gleamed in his direction, and his wife, Agnes, trembled with indignation from across the table. My husband's face coloured as he dropped his fork and dragged our daughter back into her bedroom, scolding her as they went. The rest of the night was awkward, and the pep in our conversation never recovered. 2 weeks later, Agnes was stabbed to death in her office parking lot. An inebriated college student found her, almost vomited all over her, and called the cops. My brother swore that he bore no ill will against my daughter, but I could tell that he was lying. One day, the middle-aged woman who taught my daughter how to read her braille called me. "Ma'am, I don't know what's going on, but your daughter's been whispering, 'Electrocution, electrocution,' for the past half hour, and it's starting to distract her from her lessons. Could you please talk to her?" I did. Sylvia, in her 9-year-old lack of understanding, told me it was just a cool new word she learned at school. The death of an electrician made headlines the following week. It was a freak accident involving tangled wires and a bucket of water. Sylvia's teacher's face was blurred for privacy, but her voice was as familiar as anything to me. He was my partner, my soulmate. While my husband was working late, I called Sylvia into the living room. Honey, is there anything Mummy should know? She hesitated. Honey, you know you can talk to me. She denied it once more. I have no secrets from you, Mummy. My husband walked into the living room with his hair tousled and his eyes distant. Instead of rushing to hug her dad, Sylvia simply turned towards him. Fire, she said. My heart stopped. Every time Sylvia said something like that, it was the person's partner who died. And of that reason too, a fire? Sylvia's merely making predictions. Or was she putting a curse on me for snooping in on her business? Why? This devil child? I grew paranoid, checked the appliances and electronics constantly, and cleared the house of any fire hazards. That was my life over the next few days. All the while, I kept my eyes on Sylvia. Sylvia. I had grown almost hateful towards my own daughter. My husband came home one night, wounded and blackened with soot. While I sat in the living room and Sylvia listened to the radio beside me. What's the matter? I asked. He gulped. One of my colleagues, her house caught fire. She was trapped in, but I managed to escape. That turned the gears in my head. What were you doing in her house? The expression on my husband's face was sufficient admission. The expression on my husband's face was a sufficient admission of guilt. I opened my mouth to speak, no, to scream, but a smaller voice from beside me looked at me and whispered, "Poisoning." Oh.
That was sick.
Sheesh.
That was a good story, man. I like that.
So again, it's kind of like a similar twist to your first one, really, where it's kind of leading you down one path, and then goes down another path completely. In this case, an affair, isn't it? She burnt to death.
Yeah.
And now what's going to happen is now he's going to get poisoned somehow.
Yeah, and it brings up kind of like a triangle of love as well at the end. Like his significant other was the person he was having an affair with.
Yeah.
But her significant other is still him.
You see, I'm thinking, is this kid, maybe she went to her dad and was just like fire in regards to something that happened with his mistress. Maybe she's the one somehow instigating these things to happen to people.
Well, I think the premise is that the kid's blind, but I think she can sort of tell the future.
Like a blind medium.
When she tells you the future, she only tells you what's happening to the person that you're in love with.
Yeah. I get that. I just let's just expand on that and make it super cool and be like, the kid's got magic powers of suggestion. That's it. Because for all we know, like I say, she might have whispered fire to her dad. And it's like, that's how I get rid of my significant other without anybody knowing. I set down the house, but something bad will happen. He got caught in there. Then he gets found out.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, maybe. I think just going with sort of the first bit where she said to her uncle, stabbing, and then his wife got stabbed to death. She said to her teacher, electrocution, and then her husband died on the job.
Okay, yeah, it's on the job rather than okay.
Yeah,
I'm just running away if it's in my head. Okay.
Yeah. But it's good that it's making you do that though, because stories that make you think at the end are, like I said, really good.
That's the problem with the short stories, man. It's just not enough to satisfy my hungry mind.
But it is at the same time. That's what I love about them, because it sort of drops you off and you're like, wait, what? No, give me attention. Yeah. And that's what reels you in to read another one and
Mm.
I don't know. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah. So if nobody could tell my theme was affairs.
I thought your theme was like kids. Like you started talking about this kid again. I'm like, wait a second, don't tell me another kid is gonna end up dead at the end of this, because I'm quite worried for him now. But no, affairs is your one.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a theme for mine. I just picked some stories I thought were cool.
And very clearly, my theme was low scoring. So
don't worry, guys, we're not bringing him back.
Bye forever.
Yeah. No. I mean, any more discussion on that one? Because I don't think Jordan said anything, did he?
No. Well, I mean, as I say, I mean, it's there is a lot to build up on that. I mean, I wouldn't say that's kind of like a superhero type of thing, because obviously it's a power. She can see into the future, but only bad things that are going to happen to their significant other. So it's kind of like setting up potentially like a villain, potentially, like later in life if the powers keep up. And then
I like that. Yeah.
I'd like that. We were talking about it on another podcast, that of the Bizarro Superman. Can't remember what it was called now, but he kind of landed on Earth and the ship was whispering to him, and then he started doing bad things. Kind of like that kind of vein, I suppose.
Wait, on another podcast? You've been cheating on us?
I was about to say, how come I wasn't on the one we were talking about? Bizarro?
No, it's not Bizarro Superman. Just a bad version of Superman. Lands on Earth, gets picked up by human parents. Finds his ship. His ship basically talks to him, and then he starts killing people.
Oh,
yeah,
the kid one.
Yeah.
What was it called now? Yeah, it's not Bizarro.
Do you mean the Superboy, like the evil Superman? That's like
super
strong.
That film. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, there's a Superboy from. Is it like a next dimension or something like that? An alternative dimension.
And it takes over the world as well in the end, I believe.
Yeah. Was it in the one where like I can't remember which one the crossover
it's Brightburn.
sort of.
Brightburn.
Brightburn. Yeah.
That was it. Yeah, it's not Bizarro. Bizarro is an actual character.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, don't tell me you're out here going all in depth on DC and leaving me out of it. I'm not having that.
I thought he was cheating on me with another podcast. I was like, what?
No, well,
to be fair, I am cheating on another podcast with you. Do you know that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I just never got around to doing these podcasts with other people, but they've been trying to get me to do it for many months prior to me doing these ones.
Well, so technically you're cheating on them with me then.
That's what I said. Yeah. I'm cheating on them with you.
Yeah. Cool.
You're the mistress, bro.
I'll be the mistress.
You're the exciting one.
I hope I don't die in a fire now.
Just don't meet any blind kids, either of you. You'll be all right.
Just gonna get computer viruses instead. Kill your computer.
So, what do you rate my story then? I'll go with Ryan.
I'll go 4.5. Didn't have that impactful ending. Like the ending was impactful, but it was given to us a lot smoother than the other two that were quite impactful at the end.
Yeah, I think if I'd have done the stories in reverse, I think both would have hit 5. I think I've done them in the wrong order.
I think we should just not have Jordan read out stories.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, Jordan, what did you rate this story?
About a betrayal out of 5. I would, compared to as you said, compared to your first one, it doesn't have that same kick, but it's very, very good. I'll give it a 4.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to give mine a 4.25 just so I don't have to do quick maths. So, yeah, that one's a 4.25. So I think my maths is out, but I think I've won this one. Ryan's come second and Jordan's come full bore last. So, Ryan, well done. Here's your silver medal.
Thank you very much.
Jordan's not even getting a participation medal.
I'm
because
in
we
the
don't
dirt where I
believe in
belong.
those.
But you say shock horror. You rated your own. I rated my own. I
Yeah,
gave mine less than you gave mine.
No, I said in the dirt where I belong. Didn't say shock horror.
No, I was talking to
I said
Ryan.
shock.
Not you.
Yeah, I'm
right.
just like, wow, the leading authority on Spooky Wookys wins the Spooky Wooky story read-off. Shock.
Do you want to win?
No.
I can't take this win because I am the host.
That was such a yes no, wasn't it? No.
I can't take the win because I'm the host, and obviously I have a bit more experience in short scary stories, so I know what to look for.
Exactly.
So I will give Ryan first place in this one, and Jordan can have second place. And obviously I'm the host, so I don't get a place.
You don't get a place.
No.
Does anybody want to swap
top
my gold medal?
for some vape juice?
Yeah, I've got vape juice. Do you want some of
He's
my
got
vape
everything,
juice?
guys.
I got vape juice and vape mats, bro. What else do I need? Right.
Yeah, so that has been the Sleepy Talk podcast's short scary story segment. I hope you've enjoyed your time here. I hope you've enjoyed listening to mine and Ryan's stories. The less said about Jordan, the better. And,
Cold.
Yeah, if you want us to do this again, please comment down below. And thank you to the 15. We've had 15 subscribers in the past couple of days, which is amazing. So thank you so much for those that have liked what we do and have subscribed for more content. Please comment below if you want us to do this again, and give us some suggestions. If you've got any stories you want us to read out, or you want me to read out on the r/series, let us know. If you don't want us to invite Jordan back again, don't comment. And for every view we get, if we don't get a comment, then we'll take that as Jordan's no longer invited. So, if you want to keep Jordan in here, comment a lot. If you don't, then just don't comment. I've really screwed up my comments here because nobody's going to comment now. If you want Jordan to leave, come. No, Jordan's going to stay, obviously. Jordan's been here since the start. Ryan's been here since the second start. And yeah,
I'm not even here
for as long as they want.
I'm not even here. What are you talking about? Yeah,
he just hangs around.
Yeah.
Like a bad smell. So anyway, I've butchered this outro out completely, but yeah, so we're here to stay, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Hey, shout outs to all the new subscribers, by the way. I didn't know that. Cool. Keep it going. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.